ID PRT KV Meenambakam. TLO's targeted learning outcomes are: children observe different types of pots in their surroundings. They identify different materials used in making pots, classify the different types of soil. They compare the pots made with clay, stone, glass. They describe the process of making pots. They identify the need of burning pots in a kiln, express the uses of pots in the past and present days. Children identify various types of materials like dolls, toys, jars, cups, flower vase, flower pots, bowls, decorative articles made with clay. They analyze the difficulties faced by the potters.
Children, now I am going to tell you a story. Once there was a king, and in his kingdom all the people were happy, and in his kingdom there were so many community helpers were there, and one was the washerman and another one was the potter. They used to come to the palace often, because all the curtains, everything should be washed nicely every day. So the washerman used to wash all the clothes from the palace in a beautiful way. The washerman did his job very well, and at the same time the potter also used to come to his king's palace, and whatever pots are needed, he used to make a decorated pots, and everywhere beautiful flowers and plants were kept around his palace. So he also did his work a lot. But all the time, only the washerman was highly appreciated by the king. So what the potter did, he got jealous. So he wanted to spoil the name of the washerman. So one day when the potter was not there in the palace, the washerman went to the king and he said, "Maharaj, you are always appreciating our washerman. Really, he is also doing wonderful job. But look at the elephants in our palace. It is very black and dirty. If our washerman washed the elephants, the elephant will become white and it will be looking so pretty." Immediately the Maharaj also felt, oh, what you are telling is correct. Of course, the elephants are very dark and black. Okay, let me tell our washerman to wash it. And he went home. Very next day the washerman came and the king called him, "Washerman, you come here. You are washing all my clothes and curtains, whatever it is available in the palace. You are wonderfully, you are doing well. And now you look at our elephants. They are looking so dirty. You wash it and make it so white." And the washerman was so surprised. How can I change the elephant into white? And he thought it is the cunning work of the potter, because he only used to get always jealous on me. Then he understood the situation, what might have happened. Immediately what he did, "Maharaj, definitely I can make the elephant wash and make it white. But I need a very huge pot so that I can dip the elephant into the pot and I can wash it. So tell our potter to make such a huge pot." Well, then Maharaj, "No, what you are telling is correct. Let me call one potter and I'll ask him to make such a huge pot." What happened? Can he make such a huge pot? Moreover, can he dip the elephant into a pot? That is also not possible. Very next day the potter came and Maharaj told him, "Make such a huge pot so that our washerman can wash the elephant." And now the potter surprised that you apologized. "Maharaj, really I can't make such a big huge pot. Only I got jealous on him and that's what I told. Definitely he also can't make the elephant into white, and I also can't make such a huge pot because I got jealous on him, because always you are appreciating our washerman. But so that I got jealous and I told like that, please forgive me." Then afterwards, from that day, the Maharaj started appreciating both the potter and the washerman. Children, what do you learn from this story? Most of the time we are doing our work sincerely and wholeheartedly and wonderfully well. Sometimes our work won't be identified. In that case, what should we do? But sometimes your teacher cannot identify your work, our principal cannot identify your work, or in your workplace your boss cannot identify your work. Sometimes your work won't be appreciated. But above all, the Lord is watching all your work. Definitely one day you will be glorified. One day God will be given a biggest crown for you. Till that, you should wait. Till your turn comes, you should wait. Instead of getting jealous on others. Now, one more story I would like to tell in this regard.
Now let me tell you a story. Once there was a sparrow called Futkudi and a crow called Banate. They were fast friends. One day Banate said, "Oh Futkudi, if you lay eggs first, then I will eat them. And if I lay eggs first, then you can eat them." Futkudi also agreed. A few days later, Futkudi laid an egg. Futkudi was scared. Banate said, "Hey Futkudi, you have laid an egg first. Give me now." So Futkudi said, "I want you to first go and wash your beak in river." Immediately the crow flew away. And the Banate went to the river and asked for water. "Oh river, please give me some water." But the river said, "But how will you fill water? Go and get a pot." So the crow flew away to the potter to get a pot. And Banate the crow said, "Oh potter, please give me a pot." The potter said, "But how can I make a pot? Go and get some clay from the clay pit." So the crow went away to get the clay from the clay pit. Banate went to the clay pit and asked, "Oh clay pit, please give me some clay." And the clay pit said, "But how can I dig the soil? Get me a trowel from the blacksmith." The crow went to the blacksmith to get a trowel. The Banate went to the blacksmith and asked, "Please give me a trowel." And the blacksmith said, "Sure, you can take the trowel, but do remember to return it." The Banate took the trowel and went to the clay pit. It dug the soil and got some clay. Then it went to the potter, and potter made a pot for him. He took the pot and went to the pond, and he filled the water in the pot and washed its beak. Then it went to the Futkudi. By that time, the sparrow's egg was hatched. Children, what do you learn from this story? You should use your mind to protect your own belongings. Here the sparrow used its mind to protect its baby, because from that egg only the baby sparrow will be hatched. Now it saved its baby. And also you learned that whatever you borrow from others, that should be returned. And also before you agree something, you should think twice.
From the both stories, what do you understand? We are learning about a potter. Okay, in this lesson we are going to learn about the potter and how the potter is making the pot.
Now let us go into the question answer. What were the names of crow and sparrow in the story? The crow's name was Banate and the sparrow's name was Futkudi. How many eggs did the sparrow lay? The sparrow laid an egg. Why did the crow want to wash his beak? Because the sparrow asked the crow to wash his beak and come. From where did the crow get water? The crow got water from the river. What did the potter need to make a pot? The potter needed some clay soil to make a pot. What did the crow need to dig the clay? The crow needed a trowel to dig the clay. How did the blacksmith help the crow? The blacksmith gave a trowel to the crow and asked it to return it safely. Who all helped the crow to make the pot? The following things and people helped the crow to make the pot. They are blacksmith, river, trowel, clay pit and potter. Are there any utensils made of clay in your house? Which are these? Yes, there are some flower vases, flower pots made of clay in my house. If someone gives you clay, will you be able to make some utensils from it? No, we will not be able to make some utensils from it, because we can make some toy utensils to play. What will happen if we store water in these pots overnight? The clay will dissolve in water and pot will crack. We often keep water in a clay pot at home or in the school. Why do these pots not get spoiled by the water? These pots do not get spoiled by water because these pots are baked in a kiln. Have you ever seen bricks or pots being baked in a kiln? No, I haven't seen bricks or pots being baked in a kiln. These are all available in some villages. Long ago, people did not have any pots. What did those people do? When people did not have pots, they used leaves and shells of pumpkin to hold something. Why would people have made pots? They needed something to store water and milk, so they made pots. If we had pots made only of clay and all of them had broken or get spoiled, what would we have done? We have to make another pot again because broken pots can't be repaired. Imagine one day all pots disappear from the world. What will happen in your house? If pot disappeared, our life will be in trouble. We can't cook and eat anything. Write any 4 qualities of earthen pots, that is clay pots. Clay pots are used to store grains and things for many days. They are used to store water and carry water from the well or from the taps. Cooking in clay pots are tasty and have some medicinal values. Clay pots are used to grow plants as flower pots. Where can we find clay soil? We can find clay soil near ponds or river. What are the things needed to make pots? Potter needs clay soil, water, potter's wheel, small tools and thread, kiln and some colors to decorate. Why does the potter need the potter's wheel? He needs potter's wheel to shape the pots. Why and how are the pots baked? Pots are baked in a kiln or in fire to make them still stronger. You draw a potter's wheel in your notebook. Now name the different pots made of clay. This is called handi, kulhar, gara, katora, flower vase, flower pots, surahi, diya and chilla. Write the steps involved in making pots. Now let's see the steps involved in making pots. First of all, digging the clay from the clay pit. First thing potter will show you is the lump of clay that he will actually use to make the piece of pottery he is looking to make. That clay which he has taken from the clay pit. Next, drying it, making into powder and sieving the clay. Next, the fine powdered clay is mixed with water and kneaded to make clay dough. When the water is added into the clay, it makes the clay soft and pliable. If the clay is not soft and pliable enough, the potter cannot begin to use it to make the pottery he wants to make. Next, clay dough is placed on the potter's wheel and is shaped as different vessels. That is, the next thing he will do is put the piece of clay in the center of an electric wheel. This wheel will then start to spin. Then he can use his hands to start the molding and shaping process with the clay as it is actually spinning on the wheel. The next thing the potter does out is slow and steady the electric wheel to turn. As he is using his hands to mold the pot that to get the lump of clay to the part he wants to make. That is, the wheel has to turn out slow and steady pace. If he speeds up the wheel to any faster degree, the lump of clay will again tear completely apart before he can make it to the finished line. Next, what he does as the lump of clay is spinning on the wheel is to take his hand and push it down on the top of the clay to create an opening in it. Next point, once this opening has been made at the top of the clay, potter's hand then goes down deep inside the middle of the clay as it is forming out, and he then uses his hands to properly shape the piece of clay as it is building up during the spinning process on the wheel. Potter's hands are thus working on both the inside and outside of the clay to mold, shape and transform it into the part he wants to make as it continues to spin on the wheel. His hands are literally making and forming all of his out with his original shapeless lump of clay. Potter cannot make a pot unless his hands go down deep in the middle of that pot as it is forming out. Next, Potter also has to apply a good amount of pressure with his hands as he is molding and shaping this lump of clay. The lump of clay now starts to actually grow as it continues to spin on the wheel. It starts to get bigger and taller. Next, he knows exactly how tall and how wide it will end up being because he already has a perfect plan for the pot before he even begins to sit down to start to work with it. The next thing, Potter will make this pot into what he had originally designed it to be. He needs to be very careful that he does not make this pot too tall or too wide and go beyond what his original design and plan for the pot was, thereby completely destroying what he was originally wanting to do. If he didn't do, it will tear apart and completely unravel with the pot in the first place. Next, the potter brings up his eyes always on the clay. Once he starts to work with it, if he takes his eyes and attention off the pot as he is shaping and molding it, could make a big mistake and damage the pot in the process. Next, the potter takes a knife and starts cutting off any excess clay that has accumulated around the pot as he was molding and shaping it on the spinning wheel. What Potter doing is smoothing out all the rough edges so that pot turns out complete and beautiful to our natural eye. Then the vessels are dried in the sun and baked in a kiln. After this, the clay pots are decorated using colors or giru, that is earthy red color. Now let's go along with Sadhvi and her sister to see what and how the potter is making the pot. Come, let's go along with them.
I came to my village. I thought I can see pot makers.
And MDP projects, multiple disciplinary project. English, talk about mud pot and its uses. In Hindi, explain the names of pots in Hindi and explain different soil name in Hindi. In Maths, collect the data of how many kilns in India and in Tamil Nadu and how many pots can be baked at a time. You record it. EVS, analyze the difficulties faced by the potters. In art and craft, draw different types of pots and color it and make different parts by using atta dough and clay. Games, use mud pots, shells and you can play games, some indoor games and outdoor games. Music, sing the song of potter or community helpers or pot making, etc. Day-to-day life, use mud pots to store water and for cooking as it is having more health benefits. What are the activities to be done for this lesson? Explain through any story to bring out the uses of pot and potter. Sing the song of potter in any language. Explain the uses of mud pot in present and past and its health benefits. Explain the steps involved in making pots. Try to have an interview with the potter. Visit a kiln. Explain different parts, toys, decorated items made of clay. Explain the different types of soil. Make different parts with the clay or atta dough and decorate with different colors, pistachio stones, etc. Explain the text, question and answers. What is the moral we are getting from the lesson? God is our potter and we are the clay in his hands. God needs the word in us before he can start the sanctification process. We have to be properly centered in God. That is, we have to surrender ourselves to God. Sanctification is a slow and steady and progressive process. God's hand will personally mold, shape and transform us. Let God develop us to our fullest potential in this life. God knows exactly what we want to do with our life. Don't stretch beyond the boundary lines that God has set up for our life. God's eyes and attention are always on us. God will always be doing major pruning in our life. Let God mold us into the specific person He wants us to become. He will mold us, shape us and transform us according to His wish. We can't go beyond His control. We should abide Him. Now let me sing the song, Change My Heart, O Lord. Change my heart, O God. Make it ever true. Change my heart, O God. May I be like you. Change my heart, O God. Make it ever true. Change my heart, O God. May I be like you. You are the potter, I am the clay. You are the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me, this is what I pray. Mold me and make me, this is what I pray. Change my heart, O God. Make it ever true. Change my heart, O God. May I be like you.
Bye, children.